doors open straight to hell. Lavish high, nerves are fried, but I'm in too deep to bail. Charge of bleeding, red tsunami. Bought the dip, hello tsunami. One more contract, double down. Now I'm hanging by a thread. I was chasing tickets like they owe me rent. Now the broker's knocking saying pay your debt. I was diamond-handed but my hands got wrecked, and my P&L looks like a fucking mess. I was one bad trade from a margin call meltdown. Lost it all fast, now I'm spiraling down, down, down. Wonder bed, now I'm out of the game. But I'll be back next week, still ain't learned a thing. Took a loan, maxed the bed, thought I'd ride that rocket jet. Now my balance looking like a post-crash cigarette. Saw the news, bought the hype, should've known it's all a grift. Now I'm back out in the stock like it's my only Christmas gift. Tried to hedge, got wrecked, tried to pivot, lost the bet. Took a swing, caught a knife, now I'm drowning in regret. Told myself I'd play it smart, just one more and then I'm through. Now I'm outside in the rain, screaming please just break even, dude. I was chasing tickets like they owe me rent. Now the broker's knocking saying pay your debt. I was diamond-handed but my hands got wrecked, and my P&L looks like a fucking mess. I was one bad trade from a margin call meltdown. Lost it all fast, now I'm spiraling down, down, down. Wonder bed, now I'm out of the game.
Welcome back, guys, to day 46 of our goal of reaching $1 million in ARR. You guys already know today's another day for a live stream. We're going to do something a little bit different today than our typical live stream, and there's going to be a few things I'm going to be going over today. I think that's really important for the future of the live stream, but also, of course, for the growth of Kompozy and, of course, our other apps right now at the moment. Now, just a quick recap of what we did yesterday. We ended up optimizing our Google Ads campaigns. They were sending traffic to pages that weren't really relevant for signups, because we were talking about like alternatives and or migrations from other companies of our competitors to us, and start talking about, you know, all the other companies that they could possibly ever go to, and ours wasn't really the priority. So we ended up fixing that. Our SMS Copilot, which is our SMS AI conversation AI, is fully functional, operational, A/B split testing the way we want, proposing new challengers and champions, of course. We'll get into that as well if you have no idea what I'm talking about. But those were the priorities. We did send out and update the sales onboarding system yesterday. We ended up updating, we had 2 people yesterday that we interviewed for the sales position actually signed their hiring packets and everything. Today, we actually got a 3rd, so we got to send them the hiring packet. So the goal is to get 3 salespeople, commission only for Kompozy. So this is actually working marvelously the way we wanted it to do. There's a few things we need to talk about in order to really have more lead flow for a 3rd salespeople, and I'm going to show you exactly how we're going to achieve that. But nonetheless, for those that are new here and don't know what we're about, I see you guys already commenting. I'll get you guys in a second. You got to understand that this is not your typical live stream, right? We're not here just building apps all day long like everyone else does. We're actually showing you guys how to actually market your apps, how to actually generate traffic for your apps, how to actually generate leads for your app, and ultimately, of course, to get sales, right? And whether that includes hiring a sales team or doing everything completely through online presence, let's say funnels and so forth, right? So that's the main priority. So you can see right here, we have cold email, SMS, SEO, GEO, Google Ads, Reddit commenting, cold DM, social media, etc., right? So many things that we're working on as far as marketing. Everything in green is pretty much automated. Everything in yellow is what's about to be automated, and everything in gray is what we're working towards. And what we're doing is we're building these systems in a way, right, where no matter what app or product or service you plan on building in the future, you can reuse them, right? You already have the system, you already have the automation, you already have the template, right? Whether you're using Claude Code, whether you're using Codex, whether you actually built an app for it, etc., right? I think that's the most important thing for any entrepreneur or any person who actually wants to run a business in the future, is to make sure you have systems in place, right? And not just systems to build an app, right? Because of course we all know how to do that right now. Anybody can use Claude Code, anybody can use Codex, anybody can use any new AI technology that comes out from now and to the future. But the number one thing is you don't have to be a developer to be special, right? If you're not driving traffic, then you're doing something wrong, and it doesn't really matter what cool features you have. It doesn't matter how beautiful your website is. If no one knows about you, then who the hell cares, right? So what's up, Michael? What are you coding? We'll get into that in a second. We're not actually coding anything. We're actually marketing and building sales processes right now at the moment. Yusuf, what's up? So just to kind of understand what we've built so far, right? And like I told you, the stream today is going to be a little bit different, right? Because at this point in time with Kompozy and or Tracker and or Built AI, right? There is not really a need to build any new further apps right now at the moment. We're going to take a pause on that. But instead, we need to optimize what we currently have, right? And what I mean by that is, let's say right now we have our SMS Copilot running. It's handling every single response that our cold SMS campaign is running. And we need to make sure that's more efficient to get us more lead flow for our salespeople, right? Because if I'm planning on hiring a 3rd person, that's one of the most important things right now at the moment, right? Is making sure they have enough lead flow. Again, simultaneously, right? Yes, we're using Kompozy for our content, right? And we're producing 4,000 pieces of content. And one of my goals with that is to get that to 10,000 pieces of content a month, right? But the reality is, doesn't matter how many new features I build in there 4,000 is already 4x the amount I was doing last year as far as content. And already our social media channels are growing, and it's getting us inbound traffic and getting us inbound sales and or demos and so forth, right? So again, we're going to pause on the creation of new features for Kompozy just for a short period of time, right? So we can get things optimized. Same thing goes for our Google ads. We're already spending a lot of money on that. We want to make sure those are optimized properly, right? We want to make sure that our SEO and GEO is fully optimized the way it should be, right? Because we're using Claude and we're throwing and praying and testing and A/B split testing different results, we need to actually start tuning things in, right, at this moment. Of course, if there's any bugs, we'll work on those too, right? But as usual, we'll jump in. We'll show you guys our metrics for today towards our $1 million goal. I'll show you guys our Stripe dashboards, our backend dashboards for complete transparency. But I do want to emphasize, the same thing over and over. And I pretty much do this every single live stream. I feel like I'm a broken record at this moment because I've seen your guys' apps. You guys are more than welcome to share what apps you guys are building throughout the live stream. I'm more than welcome to take a look at them, give you my opinion, do a quick audit, give my feedback, etc. Just expect that I'm going to give the truth, right? At the end of the day. It just doesn't matter how beautiful your app is, right? What are you doing currently right now to market? And if you're not doing anything, you probably should be following along with the live streams. Now, I did say today's going to be a little bit different, right? And what I mean by that is I kind of want to go through a few things, right, with you guys, so that we can make sure, again, that the stream quality is the best, right? Of course, there's a few tasks that we need to do in regards to the salespeople and, sending out a hiring packet and so forth, right? One of the things I want to go over today, and we're not going to I'll answer everything right now at the moment. We'll decide throughout the live stream. I want you guys' opinion on this. Number one is going to be the live stream schedule, right? I want to be able to live stream as much as possible for you guys, but at the same time, if we're building teams now as well, and I still haven't hired a sales manager, which means I'm going to be heavily involved with them for a period of time, right? Which means maybe the live stream will push it back a bit, so forth. We'll figure that out, right? You guys let me know what time is best for that. Same thing goes for like the live stream titles and stuff. We're going to A/B split test those. Maybe we won't do a counter anymore. Maybe we will. I don't know. We'll just have to figure out what's working best for the YouTube. And that, what the people want at the end of the day, right? I want to talk about a little bit about the expectations about building live versus behind the scenes, right? It's completely different, honestly, because again, right, you guys know I live stream for you guys because people wanted me to live stream. The reality is there's some drawbacks to actually live streaming and building stuff with you guys versus when you do stuff behind the scenes. It's a little different mood, right? Etc. Everyone does things a little bit different. And then of course, I want to know, do you guys want me to live stream longer, shorter, and or do we want more long form videos explaining these things, right? And what I mean by that is maybe we do live streams a little bit shorter later in the day. I'm just giving an example here, and then more instructional, educational videos on specifics to marketing, because I know a lot of people on YouTube don't show you exact strategies, right? They're like, oh yeah, look at this cool tool, look what it was able to achieve, right? And then they show you the end result, right? Which is not really realistic. And or they just don't even show you the results at all, and they're just talking about the hype and how cool this new thing is. Oh, this Claude bot did this and this did what. But the reality is, like, they're not really showing proof, right? And you guys know in the live stream, I like to show proof for every single thing, right? The failures and the successes. That's just the reality of things. And then, of course, I do want to talk about a little bit later on what I realized when I started actually using AI for business functions. And this, of course, will go back to last year before we even started live streaming. And why, if you're not using AI, there's probably going to be a problem, right? You're kind of falling behind. And then, of course, the reality of marketing any company, right? It's a numbers game. And what I mean by that is yesterday we had somebody on here that was literally, cold emailing 50 people per day. The reality, that's not going to do anything for you, right? So I know that was more of a longer intro, right? But regardless, let's get into this live stream. We're going to do the things that we need to do ASAP, of course, to get the salesperson, optimize our lead flow real quick, and then we'll start getting into a bunch of things. If you guys have any questions in the meantime, just let me know, right? But let's get into this. You guys already know the very first thing I do is I run a security audit on here. We are strong when it comes to our security for Kompozy, so not really worried about that right now at the moment. We do need to get the hiring packet. Let's go ahead and do that first. Kompozy sales ops, hiring. Okay, so I actually need to do that inside of built real quick, but let's also get the email prepared. Hey, so right now inside of Indeed, Levant Kimmerly responded with his preferred email through the messages. He apparently did not get our offer letter and close invest plan, so I ended up sending it to him over there through the chat of Indeed. Can we double check the email that he just sent us is the same one that we sent earlier, right? And if not, we're not going to resend the offer letter anymore. He already says he's in. We need to draft the next steps, right? Also informing them that we're about to send them the hiring packet as well. Basically the same exact email structure we sent out earlier to the last 2 salespeople we hired. We're going to send to Levant. Now, don't send it yet. Let's just get all this ready and organized and drafted so we can move forward with that. Yes, marketing is so important. Absolutely. Yeah. All right. So that's one thing. Let's go ahead and check out the results of our ads. Hey, so go ahead and check out the results of our Google ads since we made all these changes yesterday to see how things might have changed, or for the better or for the worse. Okay, we'll review that. It's probably not enough data, but it's might as well check it out right now anyways. Let's go with our Google ads. Let's take a look at that real quick. So this is what today. I just have a feeling it's not going to be spending since we made all those changes. It's like our cost per click is literally increased tremendously. So we start this one on the 22nd, I think. All right, cool. So at least it's spending. What did it spend yesterday? Yeah, I mean, didn't really get the clicks we needed yesterday because we made all those changes, probably back in review. Okay, cool. Okay, I don't want you to see that because that's confidential for applicants. What I want though is more lead flow we need to work on as well. So let's see what we're currently at right now. Don't care. Those aren't actual support tickets. Curious because we see, look, it's already increasing just from making a few tweaks yesterday, which is actually good. What was yesterday's results? Was it the 13.6? What about today? Oh, this is just going to show the average, right? Oh, it's all time. All right, well, that's just good news. That just goes to show that we're constantly increasing, because this was 11 that increased to 12 yesterday, and now we're at 13 handoffs, and we haven't really increased the amount of cold SMS that we've been sending. We're still sending 750 cold SMS messages per day, so that's actually good news for us. Yeah, it looks like T4 is still not doing that great. That's actually, look at the last 7 days. Yeah, it's not doing that great. This one just started performing out of nowhere though. Alright, cool. Let's look at all time. Yeah. This is still the all-time best. Alright, cool. So, I mean, this is what I was talking about, guys. Like, one of the things I wanted to go over, right, with a lot of you guys is the reality of marketing, right? Not only is it a numbers game, right? If you think that you can do a small amount of marketing and expect to see results, you're highly mistaken, right? And what I mean by that is yesterday was a perfect example, right? At the very, very end of the live stream, and you can always go back to that. It's literally the last 5 minutes of the live stream. Someone came in here, and I don't remember who. I apologize for that. If you're watching this now, said they were sending 50 cold emails per day, and they're struggling to get clients for their company, right? Whether they're an agency, whether you're a software, whether you just sell an actual physical product, it does not matter, right? Quantity is the most important thing, and because it's not only is it always a numbers game, there's always a conversion rate for everything, right? You could be the best salesperson in the world, right? You're still going to have a conversion rate, right? You could be an OG, and let's say you close 50% of your calls, your demos, whatever it may be. But the reality is, you know that if you're at 50%, you need to get 2 people to a call, right? Now, the problem is getting people to that call, right? And in order for you to get that one sale. Now, you need to be able to run this backwards. And what I mean by this is you need to be able to see, okay, in order for me to get people on that call, I need to A, do a certain amount of dials to get people on that call, right? And have them answer and be positive and so forth, right? B, you're going to use some form of cold outreach, like cold email, cold SMS, right? I mean, hell, any one of these marketing channels here, right? Cold DMs, right? SEO, GEO is more warm, of course. Google Ads is more inbound, of course, right? Every single one of these marketing strategies is a metric, right? And if you don't understand those metrics, what's the percent of, let's say, all your traffic from SEO that ultimately turns to a lead, which ultimately, how many leads do you need to convert to get a client, right? Whether, again, software, your agency, it does not matter, right? If you don't understand that, then you're pretty much going blind with marketing, right? Now, how can we track that information, right? You guys need to be able to build analytics like the way I have, right? Something like this, analytics. This is another form of analytics, right? You need to be able to track every single channel that you have going on. You guys already know I give you these analytics as part of being with the live stream, as templates so you guys can build them in your tools, right? Because I'm assuming most of you guys here are using AI of some sort to build things, right? Cloud Code, for example, right? Now, the point I'm trying to get at is, let's just say right here, we get 27 visitors. This is just today, right? Well, what percent of these visitors are, let's say, going through our lead magnets, right? So if I go to my cold leads lead magnets here and just check this out, it's like, okay, cool. Well, out of all the people that came in through all their different sources, cold email, on-site, cold SMS, exit intent, organic, right? What percentage of those people are opted into, let's say, something you're giving them for free, which then ultimately makes them a lead, which ultimately allows you to call that lead and potentially close them as a client, right? For your product or service. Notice here, 0 people converted from the lead magnets right now, right? A part of the reason why is because I know, right? We need actually someone inside of the company to actually physically call these people and push them towards the edge, right? Because we know pricing is not a problem. We know we have a competitive advantage, yada, yada, all the excuses in the book, right? But at the same time, it's like, okay, cool. Well, these people that are here that are activated, these 30 leads or whatever they equal out to, 26 leads, what percentage of those are you actually going to be able to get on the phone or get onto a Zoom demo, right? And then what percentage of those are you actually truly going to close, right? And so right here, you can see without us doing any demos, without us doing any sales team right now at the moment. Of these 14 people that came through a free resource, right, literally free, 4 of them, 4 out of 14, signed up for Kompozy. Now, granted, did they get to the payment gateway and finalize? No, right? Here's the metrics of it, right? This is less than 50% signed up. And then here, 12 and 6, this is exactly 50% signed up. So not only do I know which one of these lead magnets, although more people are clicking on this one and more people are opting in than this, hence the percentage increase. But once they actually opt in, more people are signing up with less traffic to get on a sign up, which is ultimately the hottest lead possible, right? They attempted the sign up, right? Not just they get activated, right? Or they opted in, right? And they got the free resource in here. This is a warm lead. This is a warmer lead. This is a hot lead, right? And so it's like yesterday, the person was talking about sending 50 cold emails, right? And then I showed him how many emails we were sending. I think it was like 2,400 emails per day, right? And he thought that was crazy, right? But here's the reality. And I'm gonna be transparent right here. We didn't really get any success with cold email. Here, let's just go to all time. I mean, this is only what? So we're only been up and running for 3 months now? So you guys can see this. You can see how many cold email, how much traffic we got from cold email, and then what the results were. So 1,900 people came from cold email, or actual true 1,600, right? That's 20% of my traffic, 20% of my traffic. We had one sign up, right? Now, granted, there was a lot more trials back then, right? So we definitely had more trials going. I just removed the trials. I think we had like 130 trials or something when we started it. But you got to understand, I sent probably over 120,000 emails so far just to get 1,600 visitors on my website. Does that make sense? So let's just, to make math simple, let's say 1% of people are actually clicking my link in that cold email to come to my website. Now forget about that they convert or not, right? How many emails do I have to send out just to get this many visitors? If you send 100 emails out of 1%, you're going to get 1 visitor on your website. And he was sending 50, right? And granted, he was probably trying to book them on a call, not necessarily send them to the website. So he's going to have a higher response rate, right? Let's say 10 to 15% response rate. Maybe of those, maybe only 2%, 3% are actually positive responses, right? Kind of similar to how we're actually doing our cold SMS right now. And so, does this make sense, guys, that you need to be doing more to drive traffic to your website than less? Because he thought he was doing a good job. Like, he had 2 clients. Like, he literally thought he was doing a good job. And I want to kind of break this mindset with you guys right now, because if you think you're doing enough, it's probably not. Right? I got this, I think it was on one of my shorts, right? I'm sending out short form content right now on the YouTube channel. And I guess someone responded negatively, right? And they're like, oh, you're just using all this AI slop, right? And my response to that, of course, was, something along the lines of, I'm glad, people only know how to comment negatively, you know what I mean? And not be positive. It's like one of the times someone hopped on our live stream and I literally kicked them off the live stream because, they're just being negative. There's no point in being negative. Get out of my life, right? But forget the idea that, oh, this is AI or that it's potentially slop or whatever, right? And I think that video was talking about my SEO, right? That I had 1,600 pages, or at the time, maybe 1,100 pages of SEO for Kompozy, right? But what they're not seeing is the results, right? Or they're not paying attention to the results. If you went ahead and created all of those SEO pages, right? How much time would that have taken you? If you're a business and you're trying to, this kind of goes into my next thing, like of what I've learned through the process of using AI, right? Over time, there's only so much things you can do in a day, right? Even with the help of AI. Yes, you can do 10x, 20x more things than you can ever do than when you're without using AI, right? And yes, some of the things are going to be sloppy, right? Because you're not reviewing it physically yourself, right? Maybe you're not, actually physically testing it, and maybe mistakes happen, whatever, right? And so what I mean by this is we've created 1,600 pages, or 1,100 is indexed, but we have a total of, I want to say 1,600. Where is it at? Sitemap. 1,600 discoverable pages right now for Kompozy. Well, when you actually look at the performance, I have not reviewed these pages, guys, right? In the last 3 months, since that's what we started, right? Kompozy, April 26th. That's when Kompozy started. We have had a total of, X amount of clicks, total impressions, 803 clicks in 3 months. Now, people would say, oh, well, it's AI slop. It's not going to work. You can't be doing SEO that way. You're not going to rank on Google. You're not going to get indexed, right? You got to have an actual human review it and modify it and remove all the AI, filters behind it. Well, and this is, I haven't built SEO with you guys physically on the stream, probably in the last 30 days, right? Because I've automated it. I just let it run through my backend, and we can talk about that later. But just in the last 28 days, 410 clicks from the total 3 months. What does that tell you? Right? Just in the last 28 days, we got 50% of all of our traffic from the last 3 months, right? That just goes to show how well our SEO is performing, even though we're using Claude to build these pages, right? And what you're not thinking is, well, that's not a lot of clicks, 410 clicks. Well, how much would you have paid for these clicks, right? I mean, we can tell right now by looking at this how much my cost per click is. I got 68 clicks. It cost me $250, right? The reality is, I want more clicks. I want as many clicks as I can possibly get. I want as much traffic as I can possibly get to my website. Why? Because traffic converts to leads eventually, right? If you don't have traffic, you got no leads. If you have no leads, you got no sales, right? Unless you're brute forcing it, you're physically cold calling, forcing sales, whatever, right? And even then, that's just taking a lot of effort of your time, and you will be capped, right? And good luck hiring a salesperson to do that for you. They're just not going to do it, right? Especially if it's commission only. You're going to have to pay them a salary, and you probably can't afford that as well. So what I'm trying to say here is 400 clicks here. Well, that's $1,600 if I were to run ads to drive this traffic. But it was free, right? Free in a sense that, yes, Claude is doing all the work and it's probably costing me tokens. But most of you have Claude Code subscriptions, Codex subscriptions. You guys can automate and do the same exact thing. Now, imagine if I did not have SEO running. Well, that'd be 400 less people actually visiting my website, right? And let's just say for every 100 visitors on your website, 1% of them are going to refer someone else and say, hey, what do you think about this? Have you heard of this company? Whatever, right? And then ultimately, what does that lead to? Well, I can show you. So I told you earlier that organic search, we had 800 clicks. But do you see how many visitors we have here? So that's 500 extra visitors we got over a period of time that SEO cannot track. Google cannot track, right? And granted, this could be from Yahoo. It could be from other search engines and stuff like that, that it's not Google, right? Included inside this. In fact, here, let's actually find that out. So, well, we might not be able to find exactly that, but we can see Google right here, 1,400 of those. 13. Oh, damn, that's not even making sense here. But 1,400 people from Google, straight from Google search, came and landed on our website. Right now, granted, a lot of this could have been through likely AI, organic, refer, or stripped, right? We don't know. There's going to be a lot of unknowns, of course, of tracking. But 1,400 visitors came from here, but our SEO only brought us 800. Right, so almost double, right? That just goes to show that your SEO work, even though you're looking at the total clicks right here, in reality, it's probably double that or close to it, right? And so it's like, okay, cool. We'll do more, right? If I just did one page a day, would I get these type of results? Probably not. I've done this before back in the day for my main app, before AI was even a thing, before we had Cloud Code and we were doing blogs, right? I was never able to achieve these kinds of results that we're seeing right now for this app. Realistically, in this short period of time, right? Now, granted, is this beating my current app that I have right now that's been live for 3 years? No, it's not, right? But we've been doing that for 3 years. We've been doing this for 3 months, right? Now, will it surpass it? At a certain point, it will surpass it unless we start doing the same thing with the other app. Now, you got to understand, right? Right now, all of you guys are building. All of you guys are literally building this cool app, and it probably does something useful, beneficial for you, and you think it works for other people as well. And a lot of people aren't really getting traffic. I'm going to use you, Michael, as an example, right? Because you're bringing this up right now. He says, "Hey Mo, I'm in the cybersecurity industry, and the cost per click in cybersecurity is about $38. How would you approach it?" Well, number one, I would not be using Google ads. I would not be using Facebook ads if your cost per click is that high, right? That would be ridiculous. Let's be real. Like, think about it from a different perspective, right? How many of those leads, how many of those clicks turn into a lead, Michael? Do you have a funnel on your website that's actually like funneling them in to kind of vet them if they're actually going to be a true lead? Are you collecting an email or a phone number so that you could physically call them if you land on your website? If they came through, let's say, Google ads or Facebook ads, depending on how you're doing it, forms or VSL or, just free consultation, whatever. I don't know how you're doing it. You're probably trying to get on meetings with people as soon as possible. But it's like, what's the actual true cost to get them on that call? And then are what you're selling able to not only pay for that, but I mean, at least 3x that would be ideal, right? Over a course of time, whether it's a one-time thing or it's a recurring thing. We call that your LTV to CAC, right? Your lifetime value to your cost per acquisition, right? Because if it's not more than double of what you're spending, there's not really a way for you to scale and grow, right? Why did I take this entire, what were we on that day? 46 with you guys, building all this infrastructure for analytics, building all this infrastructure for automations, for cold email, cold SMS, cold DMs, right? Of course, we tried Google ads and stuff like that. And all the rest of the stuff that you see right here. Why did we take the time to do that before I said, hey, let's actually start hopping on calls with these leads? Because I wanted to get my cost per click as cheap as possible, right? So let's talk about that for a second. If your cost per click, Michael, is $38, how can you get that to 50 cents? Right? What do you need to do based off everything I've just discussed just now to get your cost per click to 50 cents? And again, I'm talking about all your website traffic here, right? Because everyone converts differently. The answer to that is, number one, you need more landing pages. You need more SEO. You need to optimize the SEO for GEO as well. Because I haven't even talked about GEO right now. I'm speaking to it. I talk about it every single day, but I haven't spoken about that yet because that's more than the amount of search engine traffic that we're getting right now for SEO. And it costed me the same exact time and cost to do the SEO and GEO at the same time. Same exact time and cost. Now, granted, we didn't see results for a good month, right? Because, these things take time. But I would take 3 months just focusing on SEO and GEO, mastering that, because the amount of traffic you'll get is free versus your 38 cost per click that's actually landing on your website. Can you imagine if you had 1,000 visitors on your website a month, which, by the way, is nowhere even close to where we're at, right? I think we're at 4,000 or 5,000 a month right now. That's $38,000 you're going to spend just to get someone for the cybersecurity because you're running ads right now? I'm assuming the reason why you know it's $38 is because you're running ads. And so you need to figure out a different strategy. And although it may take time, but time is actually better than spending that kind of money, because that's ridiculous. Like that's not really feasible for anybody, any business. In fact, I don't even know a business that runs at 38 cost per click. That probably just means you're creative as shit, right? When it comes to like advertising on Facebook or Google or whatever. Because like even right now, we're running ads, and I think we're at a $3 to $4 cost per click right now. And I don't even enjoy those results, right? But because I have all this other traffic going to my website, that the $4 that I'm spending on Google is not really true, right? The amount of data I pulled for cold email and sent those out, the amount of data I pulled for cold SMS and sent those out, doesn't even come close to even $1. You know, hell, it doesn't even come close to 50 cents, you know, for each visitor on my website. Like, do you truly believe that that's the only way for you to grow? I don't think so, right? You need to be utilizing these other channels inside of here because they're cheaper, way cheaper, right? And so it's like right now, let's just say I'm spending $10 a day on cold SMS, right? And granted, there's data costs and other things involved within that, right? Let's just say it's $20 a day, right? If I'm spending $20 a day on SMS, and I'm making this elaborate right now, and I get, hell, there's no need to talk about it. We can literally just show you, right? If I'm spending $20 a day right now, I'm getting 13 leads handed off, and I could double this at any time. I can 5x this at any time, right? What is the cost per lead? Not link click, not cost per click, cost per lead. Meaning, lead is someone that a salesperson can actually talk to because they showed interest, positive intent interest, right? So my cost per lead is even less than 50 cents. Not even my cost per click. My cost per lead is less than 50 cents here, if I'm going based off of $20. Now, it's probably less than $20, but you guys get the idea, right? And so it's like, if you're not doing other forms of marketing, right? Because like, this is what we're sending 750 text messages a day. I mean, they're right here. They're still sending out right now in front of you. Just today, if I go to all, 142. What time is it now? The exact time. How many text messages are we sending out? The answer to your question is that you need to do more of the cheaper marketing methods and optimize them and optimize them and optimize them to get them to a point where you actually like the results that you're getting, right? And then eventually, Michael, honestly, I mean, if you're going to be the one that's on the demos, I would probably get some sort of lead setter to help you out, whether it's commission only or paid. But you need to be able to generate leads first, because it looks like you're brute forcing things. But yeah, enough bullying. Where are we at with this? Email verified, it's the same one. By the way, did you ever see the email that was sent to you before? Because I can see it on my end that it was sent out. I don't want to send the hiring packet over to that email if you're not receiving emails. All right, let's get that figured out. What's going on with our Google ads? after the new click call to action. So it's still too early. You were getting 11 to 13 paid landing pages. You hit 6 in 24 hours since change 4. Okay. People are actually watching the hero demo. Something the old text only first screen. Are they really watching the demo? Can I check that in YouTube? I guess, yeah, but they are. Slowly but surely. Question for you guys. Do you guys like the more in-depth explanations of me actually going through things and giving my perspective? Or do you just enjoy me just working and not really talking that much? Because again, what's the primary goal for today's stream is to make sure we can make the live stream better for you guys. I'll do this right now. Yeah, go ahead and create the rep inside of the sales dashboard for him. At the same time, I'm going to prepare the hiring packet right now at the moment. But I want you to update the draft email that we're going to send to him, because last time you sent those drafts to the other two people, there was no spacing in the email and it was all just cramped together. So go ahead and update that. All right. That's funny. What I don't understand is why these ones weren't answered. Hey, inside the SMS Copilot, I thought we fixed this issue yesterday, but as you can see in the screenshot, these two leads were not responded to or handled or marked as red or marked as DND or marked as leads. So go ahead and figure out what's the issue still causing this. What's going on with these guys? AI at Microsoft. Delete. Please no spam. Put your Google. Oh, it's again Microsoft. Alright, cool. We don't need that. How's our SEO and GEO running? Make sure it's still working. So just today, we update? Yeah, okay, we created a bunch of pages today, it looks like. Dang, we created a lot more than yesterday. Oh no. Already Google's indexing some of them, that's cool. Okay, so I think we need to go through in the last, I guess, 30 days of all the pages that were created through our SEO and GEO engine inside of Kompozy, the admin console, and check and see if they have been indexed inside of Google. And then if not, why not? And then propose a fix.
gentlemen, gamblers, bag holders, financial psychopaths. Let's fucking go!
No, I'm good.
Yeah. Open the casino. Ring the bell.
So my thoughts are, I'm trying to think, right, and discuss this with you guys if you guys have any input or not, right? Especially when it comes to live streaming, right? At least for the next couple weeks. Maybe pushing the live streams to the evenings and maybe using them as kind of recaps for the time being of how the days are going. So we can still, you know, work together and market together, but also at the same exact time allow, I guess, me to fully be in position to be on top of the 3 new salespeople that we're hiring, at least to get them up and running. So like, again, a few weeks, because I don't want to stop the live stream, but at the same time, not only do I want to be able to help the salespeople, I want to be able to create you guys more long form content on specific how-tos, right? Or specific things that are working best for me, where again, it would have some sort of benefit for you guys, right? I don't want to just create content that nobody wants to watch too. So I have a few things that I plan on creating, and again, let me know. So one is how exactly I used, you know, AI or Claude or Codex or whatever to build the entire SEO system from scratch, right? Along with giving you guys the templates and showing you guys how to use those templates and how to verify that your SEO is working, kind of like how I'm doing right now. And then a more in-depth video, right? So that would be one. The other thing would be all of my templates, kind of going over them, what's inside there, and explaining how you can use them. For example, my entire admin console, my entire analytics system, my entire email automations for when people sign up and abandon checkout and all this other stuff, right? Because those are working marvelously. And then let's say the skills that we use inside of here, because a lot of you are, let's say, building stuff and having to physically test it out and it's not working, and versus I can literally pump out a whole new feature and it'll be 99.9% good to go just by using one skill, let alone using all the other skills that we have inside of here. Maybe one specific on how I am hiring the salespeople and how I'm structuring their comp plans, how I'm structuring, you know, their commission structures, their bonuses, etc. And how you can build an entire sales dashboard for them, an onboarding system. So that would be another one. And then maybe some miscellaneous videos as well on specific marketing strategies that I'm using and how you should go about it to get started. Let me know if that's something that you guys want me to do as far as like long form content, you know, maybe like 15-minute videos on the YouTube channel. Again, right, I'm not going to create something that no one has interest in. So just let me know if that's valuable or not. But simultaneously, guys, like, I still need to figure out what times we need to go live stream. So probably thinking maybe in the evening, probably, let's say around 6 p.m. or something. We could do it a little bit later for a period of time, and then we'll see. What's this one right here? Never enter the pipeline at all. Damage painting. Work correctly, just parked waiting on the hourly drain. Why is there an hourly drain? Yeah, so if our entire priority is speed to lead, right, then why would we rely on an hourly drain? That doesn't make any sense. What's going on here? Created live in the sales dashboard. Confirm, same shapes. One thing for Monday. Start date came in as today. Flipping him onboarding active. Found the cause. Okay, this looks good. Yes, I don't really care what version you're using as long as it's gonna send correctly, because you're sending the email from Kompozy.io. So, I mean, most likely you're probably going to use version A. But let me verify that that's a good email for you if he has a different one. Okay. Correct. We should end the drain was built on as a backlog cleaner for 45,000, has had rotted for 12 days and got quietly promoted to the primary resolution path. Nothing justifies that. It's a pure function contact run thread, all of which the callback already holds at the moment it decides to park. Waiting an hour adds 0 new information. The human the hold is waiting on that doesn't exist. To a collapse override, 2 commits plan. Go. Yeah. We're not going to deal with that because like these text messages that we're getting right now like need to be responded ASAP. Like even this one literally just came out 7 minutes ago, hasn't been answered. I get it, it's an inbound call, but it should still be marked as read or something. You're literally called randomness, unlimited painting, and portable, and they don't do interior painting. That's funny. Alright, that's fine. Painting is only when you paste into the compose box. Alright, that's fine. Alright, so I need to send the hiring packet to him. Hopefully he receives it. Add a contact. Give me a second, guys. I'll share my screen in a second. How to make VS Code this many terminal panels? Alright, so if you're using inside of VS Code, Claude Code is an extension like I am. You can literally create, you know, a new chat and then drag and drop it wherever you want. And then you can kind of move things around. So that's how I use it. And so I can manage only 6 windows. That's my capabilities right now at the moment with multitasking. Yo, man, do you have the skip permission settings enabled so you don't have to continuously allow bash commands and other things? Yes, I do. I just don't enjoy confirming things. Again, all I care about is outputs. If the output is bad, then we fix it before we actually commit it to the real live app or whatever website. But, you know, I read everything, pretty much their plans and stuff like that before I actually tell them to go. I mean, do I read everything? No. If it screws up, it screws up. Like this screwed up and I didn't pay attention to it. Happened a couple days ago. Same, I was just wondering if it's safe enough, but thank you. I'll turn mine on. Yeah. I mean, again, do what you think is right. I mean, this has access to my entire desktop computer, my entire GitHub, my Stripe, my everything, right? So be careful how you use it. I've just become confident enough using Claude where I kind of trust most things. There's still a lot of things I don't trust about it, but I'm okay if it makes mistakes because I can fix it. Let's see here. I added this contact in here. Let me verify his email. Okay, so his email is verified. I'm gonna use this template so you guys can see what I'm doing here. This is again like the point of like templatizing everything. Are you paying via API or just max plan? Max plan. I'm on the $200. All right, so right here we're gonna need the recipients. We're gonna need Levant. We're gonna set him as priority signing. Make sure this is all good to go. Okay, so everything is set to him. All right, cool. We can go ahead and send this. Simple as that. We're done. Document sent correctly. Let me go ahead and let's also just go ahead and send this email because I don't trust the AI to do it. We're gonna do it inside of Kompozy, our inbox. Compose. 2, we'll get that in a second. Here's the body. Also, one thing I noticed, it didn't really have a signature when you composed those messages last time. I'm assuming it's just not built in there right now to automatically attach my signature, similar to how the support tickets and the enterprise leads come in. Thank you. Okay. What are your opinion on free trials? Do enough of them convert to be worth it, or is it better to do a percentage off? My personal opinion is I only use free trials when I am testing to make sure people actually know how to use the app, right? And what I mean by that is like with the Kompozy, right? We did free trials and we got 130 free trials using the app within, I don't know, I want to say a week and a half, right? But we realized we had issues, right? And that was the whole point of using free trials, was to get other people to be essentially beta testers for us, right? That they can give us feedback, and they're not going to physically give you that feedback. And what I mean by that is you need to be able to track what they do in the app. Like, oh, did they actually create a piece of content, let's say in Kompozy? Did they actually connect their social media? Did they actually post to social media? You know, like actual end results, right? And you can track that inside your app through your analytics or whatever, or we call it user journey. Once you realize they're actually able to get through the onboarding, they're able to get through the tutorials fine, they're able to actually use the app, and people are actively using the app, then you just change it to paid. That would be my way of doing it. I do a percentage off on the annual. We tried, first month discounts. We have a 2-week guarantee. Just certain things, right? You got to A/B split test and see what works best for your app. Hey, maybe free trials is the solution, right? I know a lot of companies that do free trials, but for my specific thing, none of my competitors are doing free trials, so why should I? But if in your industry your competitors are doing free trials, you probably need to do free trials. Copy email. What's the subject line for this? Oh, I can't even make them bold or anything. That's horrible. Yeah, no problem. It's built in and your signature is set. Did you build it? No. Oh, okay. All right, well, I went ahead and sent the hiring packet. Go ahead and send the email to him, to the same email. And then we need to update our emails because right now I can't bold things, I can't italicize, I can't do nothing in here. And I can't see that my signature is down here either. So we'll just let the AI actually send the email. What happened here? Oh, this is the Google ads that we were doing. We're done with that. What's this? Okay, with the engine shipped. Unknown to Google, never called. They were indexed. Okay, so these ones are 95% index. These are 2 to 17%. Collection hubs advertise a frozen lost mod. Those are gonna get real dates. Has never refetched the pages that link to the 799. Volume outran when referring to my own site can get crawled. 60. Sitemap only discovery gets rate limited, and the clef lands exactly where the queue. Saturated alternatives is orphaned twice over. Okay, worth knowing that 300 did not index that did index earned 165 clicks. Corpus works when Google sees it. Okay, cool. Newest child date, not last modified for all 8 collection hubs. Just link to fortune throttle. So, question before we actually implement this: is this going to affect any of the pages that we currently have indexed with Google? Because that's actually really important. I don't want it to affect our current. We did this before and we made a mistake and we had, I guess, a pullback on our SEO analytics, and I don't need that here. I also have a GEO guard as well, because we also destroyed our GEO. Go ahead and commit and push. Plus retrigger or redeploy trigger.dev. So it did send. All right, cool. It sent it out again. It did it with no signature. All right, let me send him a message. Okay, cool. Yeah, you can exit the enrollments. That's fine. We don't need any automations for that since we're manually actually doing it. But also at the same time, I need you to fix the actual compose feature inside of the inbox right now. Because when I click on compose, number one, I don't have a way to edit the text. Like I can't make it bold, italic, underline. I can't do anything inside there. And also I don't see, whose signature is currently on that, specific email we plan on sending out. So is it mine? Is it David's? Whoever, if let's say with the salespeople come in and they decide to use it later, like it needs to use the signature of whoever signed in, similar to how the support tickets and the leads for the enterprise work. So go and see how they're doing it and implement it here. Okay. All right, that's finally done. Google Ads, we already looked at that. Lead flow strategy for the, okay, so lead flow strategy for the salespeople. Because right now, if I go to just my SMS Copilot, right now we're getting, 13 leads per day. It says I need 2 reps, but I need to get this to 3 reps because I have 3 reps we just hired, which means we need to send out 1,300 or essentially just double our text messages per day in order to get this up and running. Now, I'm not going to do that right now because they're not officially onboarded. But yeah. Banjo, hey, new here and check your site Kompozy. I'm not an influencer. I know how they work. And out of 100 with luck, 1 person would even consider posting an ad and stuff using their face. You were 5 years too early, or am I missing something? Yeah, so you got to understand, the goal with Kompozy is not to blow up and get 1 billion views, right? It's more on the side of, are you a creator or are you a business that's not doing content and you either A, don't like doing it or don't want to do it, or B, you just don't have the time to do your content, right? So that's the whole point of it. And instead of hiring an agency and spending $5,000, you can do it with $100, right? And it just automates your content. Because like, here's the reality. You can see right here through my analytics as well, right? If I just go to all time, through social media, we've gotten 538 visitors. That's 6.2% of my traffic right now, purely from social media, right? It depends on how you use it, right? Because if you're not posting anything right now, well, it's 2026. Why aren't you posting? Regardless if it's you're getting a bunch of views or not. Because even if a video gets, let's say, 500 to 1,000 views or 200 views, whatever you're getting on a brand new channel, over time, that's going to increase. And then over time, you're going to create yourself a brand, whether it's personal or business. And over time, you're going to get traffic, right? So that's the whole point of it. Hope that helps. All right, let's see. All right, what I was talking about was the SMS Copilot. Yeah, I don't want to, because like right now, what is this? I just don't think this is working. I think we screwed it up again. I can if I go to my messaging limits, right now I have the ability of sending 1,500. So technically I could achieve what is telling me 1,300 per day. But in order to get there, I number one need those salespeople to be active and actually answering those leads. So I'm not going to scale it right now. And then technically I can scale it to, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 5,000 plus when the time comes. So I'm not going to worry about that right now. So that's going to be my solution for increasing lead flow to get this third rep onboarded. Because right now it's got us what? See, like this 91 plus 33. Check, maybe bring that more in focus for company. This is another thing that sounds logic. Yeah. Yeah. Are you talking about like I need to emphasize that more on the landing pages? Is that what you mean, Manjo? Because I think you don't have a content problem, you have a time problem. You're one person, feed once, 20 posts a week. You post today, tomorrow it's gone. The feed resets every 24 hours, stay visible, meaning producing constantly. And the day you stop filming, writing, editing, your reach falls off a cliff. Freelancers are expensive. Yeah, we're pretty much talking about all this stuff. For me, it's from the beginning looks like a tool for TikTok or Insta, whatever, and automate their content. No. Like, again, right? Like, you got to understand, right? Like, unless you're physically creating content yourself and you are a content creator and you like editing videos or whatever, there is no tool out there that will get you that level of content creation, if that makes sense, right? Like, there's no way we're going to compete against Mr. Beast, right? No way we're going to compete against the best TikTokers in the game, right? Especially the ones that go live stream and whatever, right? And they sell on those platforms. Like, it's not about that. Again, this is more for businesses, right? And or like people who want to get into the content game because they should. But yeah, like our whole, like we're not talking and say, hey, you're gonna blow up and get 1 million views. Like that's not our goal with that. But I just want to see and double check. Am I saying anything wrong on here? Yeah, because again, we're focusing on demos booked, right? Replacing agencies. Because an agency is still not going to blow you up. I think we're good on here. What is this? This is just one of our apps for our content game for our businesses and stuff. All right, well, what's going on here? The last mod fix, no. The other two marginally, and there's one real risk worth naming. Safe, nothing index changes. 0 hub URLs appear. Adding a latest module to hub pages is a content edit on those hubs. They're not frozen, but a hub is the parent of, so it re-enters, crawl, and re-evaluates, and pushing in or new internal links out of the hub dilutes internal page ranks across more URLs. Every currently indexed child loses a small slice. Actual risk, getting 440 more low demand advantage indexes. A slight quality bet, not a free win. Only 50%, 80% have earned a single click. Flood the index with the rest, raise the share corpus. Earning nothing. And that's the lever Google pulls at the site level. Thanks pages. Ship the last mod fix alone measures 720. It says 0 content change lever. And a test that, how about this cleanly? The hub recall resumes and the backlog starts training. We know discovery was bottleneck, then decide on hub link modules and fan out cap. All right, let's do that since it's not actually going to affect any our current indexing right now. Let's get that going. Okay. What's going on here? Both fixed. Formatting, spacing, signature is already correct. Your profile has no signature, blah, blah, blah. All right, go ahead and get this committed to GitHub Master Server. So. All right, cool. Now we just need to verify that this is actually working, because did we destroy it or not? Yeah, because it's what, 221 now? I'd be okay with it not responding till here, but all of these should have responded. All right, go ahead and check the GHO conversations. You're going to see there's 17 unread in there right now at the moment. I don't understand why this is not working. I want an actual solution. I do not need you to think out of your ass and assume things. Go ahead and actually figure out a proper solution for this. How's our other... Let's actually refresh this. Why aren't you showing? Okay. Check built AI. Alright, cool. Still not doing nothing in tracker. Still not doing nothing. Okay. And then Bing. Let's refresh this. June 20, that's 3 days old. Still 3 days old. What about the other ones? Yeah, this is still nothing. Alright, so these are still new. We gotta give them time. It's answering some of them, it's just not answering all of them. Yeah, go ahead and commit and push to master now. Alright, we need to double check some of these things. Let's see if they actually deployed. And then... Okay, so the SMS Copilot. What did it say? An entire reply system throughput is 1 GitHub action run at a time with no time limits on that run. Every further dispatch cancels the pending one. So while one is alive, dispatches aren't queued, they're destroyed. There is no timeout minutes on the job. Nothing bound. Run. Why? One update where status is pending for update. Skip block returning. Wait, so what you're saying right now is that GitHub allows one running and one pending run per group. Every further dispatch cancels the pending one. Well, can't it just wait until that's finished and then there'll be a queue inside of, let's say, trigger.dev. And then once that one is actually finished in GitHub, then it starts the new one. So it doesn't cancel any pending ones. Wouldn't that be the actual true solution here? This is why we just don't rely on AI 100%. Don't get me wrong, we use AI to kind of speed things up, make things more efficient, do 100 more tasks in one time. And even if it's not 100% successful, if it's 99.9%, I'm okay with it. But stuff like this, it needs to be perfect. Just an FYI, guys, once we hit our 30 likes, we'll do the giveaway. So go ahead and hit the like button. We're going to be giving away not only all of my templates that I use inside of here for building entire admin consoles, analytics, everything that you would possibly need to build an app and backends. And then we're going to give away a free tracker account. So right now I have in here 68,000 leads. The moment you get it, you get them all for free. And then of course, you can just use them for cold email, cold SMS, whatever you want to use them for. But yeah, so let's see what's going on here. No, I checked in and it wouldn't. The cancels are wasteful, but they aren't. Will cost you 24 minutes, and I framed that wrong in my last message. The one surviving pending dispatch claimed all 13 rows. At 19.6 later, nothing was lost. The poll already redispatched every 2 minutes whenever a backlog exists. So I canceled dispatch is just a redundant copy of a request that gets resent 120 seconds later. So if Trigger had held those 12 dispatches and released them one at a time instead, those 13 leads would still have waited, because they were waiting on run to release the lock. 2 parts. Timeout counts the work case at 8 minutes instead of outbound. Yeah, so I don't understand, like, is this still going to be speed to lead, or is this now going to be delayed by 8 minutes? I don't like this new Claude. How's your session doing? Horrible. I need to fix this problem. Yeah, exactly. Don't guess. I step back from my initial opinion. Makes sense the longer I look. Yeah, no problem, Benjo. No offense taken. Everyone's allowed to have their own opinions. Alright, cool. So let's actually test this. So this should be finished now. Let's refresh. The actual inbox should be fixed. Alright, signed as. Lovely. We got that. We got our bold and all this other stuff in here. Beautiful. So this is working now. Also, I think what you need to update is the default send from. When I click on compose, it's defaulting to David. Have a default to the actual user so that we don't make mistakes. All right, cool. And then the other one, we're still building this one. It's working on more. Oh, it's committing something else now. I told it to commit. What is it doing? Oh, it's waiting for it. Okay, cool. Nothing normal gets delayed for... Wait. No, nothing normal gets delayed by 8 minutes. The time has a ceiling on a run that already hung, not a wait added to healthy ones. Your last 10 successful runs. Meeting is already 4 minutes, and that floor stuff. Wait for the next poll. 8 minutes only ever applies to a run that's already blown past. Expected after the fix. 5 minutes down from because the tail is lock waiting. All right, cool. If you think this is the right way to get this fixed 100% without assuming anything, then let's go ahead and implement it. What are you using for email? Google, or is it something within your app? So I don't like Google personally. Their delivery is horrible. So I integrated my own system through Postmark. This is Postmark. And so you can see I have multiple servers in here for Kompozy built AI and Tracker as well. And so you have a lot more information on analytics. Like Google doesn't really give you analytics. And so we actually need that. So if I go to Kompozy, I can actually see different streams. So broadcast, transactional streams, outbound and inbound streams. And I can see the bounce rates and stuff like that. And then really understand and make things better. So let's say I have 27% open rate out of 6,000 tracked links were clicked, etc. And then it ultimately translates and integrates with my system, right? So not only can I see emails coming in here and I don't have to go to Google for something separate, but also I can integrate now my support ticketing system, which you can see right here. Here's all the support tickets we've had over time. And then also lead inbox system for like the info emails and the enterprise emails. And then another thing is you don't have to pay per user. So notice I have info, I have enterprise, I have support, I have billing, hello, right? Different ones. So that's what, 5 already? Plus my inbox, I have 2 in here, just me and David right now at the moment. That's what, 7. If you paid for Google, that'd be times $6 or $7. That's like $50 already. I only pay $15 a month for this, I think. I don't know where it... Billing data. Plans. $16. That's what I pay. So it's way cheaper. And you can have a lot more stuff to be able to track. And I can send, what, 10,000 per month without any issues. Even if I was sending 50,000, which you can't send from Google that many, it would still be cheaper, if not the same price. So those are the advantages. And then, of course, you house it in your own admin console. That's another thing. You can't really do automations with Google either. So like when someone signs up and stuff, you need to send them a welcome sequence. So like our entire automations here. So if they sign up, right, or the abandoned cart or lead recovery, lead magnet nurture, you can see how many we have in there. A bunch of stuff we paused, over time. But we have a lot. All this runs through Postmark. Alright, so these are all same kinds before. No child due last month of commit on master. 2 notes on what happens next. Google already downloaded the sitemap today at 1:50 before this deploy landed. Won't see it until resubmits tomorrow. That's fine. Yeah, go ahead and resubmit the sitemap again. All right, cool. Is this deployed? No, it's not. We gotta give it another minute. All right. Let's see if this is working. It's finally starting to clear it. It actually responds really well. Oh, we gotta stop. See what our opt-out rates are. That's really important. Doing pretty good. I think we started this, what, on the 14th? Something like that. 1%. Yeah, as long as it's not 2 or 3%, you'll be fine. To verify those. Most of these failures here are because we maxed out on our messaging limits. $724, that was 4 days ago. Opt-out rate was high. It says we sent 8,000. I think that has to do with our replies as well. We sent a total of 6,000, surely, out of our 16,000, which means we should have, what, about 10,000, 9,000 left to send through automation. Yeah, 9,700, so that's accurate. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, if I just went with this one, we'd have the higher reply rate. The T4 is just not performing, really. This is the new one. We retired these ones. Roofers are replying the most. The handoff for pest control is the best. So pest control really needs help, it looks like. And the reply rate for them is really good too. %, like this one's just doing the best. But I think it's gonna run. Okay, split 50-50, scored on interested. When you're 90% sure the challenger is better at any margin, this is confident not beat it by 90%, no minimum bet. Only when it's probably worse than a 30%. Conclusion, it keeps running instead of being killed. At 1,000 sends, the test resolves either way. Promote it if still 60% plus, likely better. So it runs daily at 10 a.m. for this. So until it reaches 300 sends, then Thompson sample shifts traffic towards whichever is winning. Challenger never drops below 5%. I'll have to see how this is performing. I mean, because like honestly, right now it's like we essentially almost double just by utilizing this, which means instead of 13, it would be probably near to 20 the peak leads, which in reality, how many? Okay, so it's cleaning this stuff up now. Oh, so it's actually deploying it. Alright, looks like the other thing is fixed as well. So if I go back to the inbox. Oops. Compose. Okay, so it's defaulted to me now. Okay, cool. Lovely. So what were we doing back when our 2 lead magnets were performing the best? Because I'm taking a look at the cold leads in the admin console for Kompozy. And of course, in the last 7 days, we haven't really gotten that many opt-ins, right? So I kind of want to know what we were doing with our pages to show those lead magnets at the time that got us the most opt-ins. And then also simultaneously, I think we need to add a phone number as well as an email during the opt-in process, because right now it's email only. Now let's see, because I want to get back to having the lead magnets fire, because again, we probably ran it only for like a week or so and it was performing really well. We were getting a lot of opt-ins. And I want those to ultimately get forced as well to the opportunities for the sales team. That's fine. Let's actually do a filter here. Status is open. Add nested filter. Created on, let's say, yesterday. So yesterday we got 28 leads. That's crazy. What about today? Only 4 so far. So not that great. What about... Wait, where are we? This is July 28th. Yesterday, Sunday, of course, nothing. What about Friday? I think this is when we first built it out, so. Alright, not bad. This is deployed, why aren't you working? What was actually different? Nothing about the pages themselves, and the audience allowed to see them. Okay, yeah, that's what I remember. The audience is allowed to see them changed. 73 of the 70 lifetime magnets landed on the 14-day window. Best days were June 25th, 9. Best week was June 28th. 38 leads, 23 hook, where they came from all time. Okay. Oh, stop dead on... Okay, of course, because that's when we stopped it. Magnet was cannibalizing warm signups. Drop in on site, sign up hits, and still 0. 10 signed up. None converted. Killgate. Test is turning the on-site services back on buys opt-in volume by repaying. Adding phone has no phone column and the email field is the only input. Optional below email sensor required. Second field only on a cold squeeze page is the most reliable way to cut. Opt-in rates. Admin cold leads table, CSV export. Services phone, so it's usable by the SMS side. Well, I guess what would be the drop in our conversion rate for opt-ins once we add the phone number?
slightly better version of the same unfinished sentence. And if potential paid rent out on this town, if self-awareness fixed things, I'd be fixed by now.
Yeah, so this is up to date. I can't give you a number, and neither can your data. Okay, I understand we don't have real numbers for this, so go ahead and use the deep research skill to actually, know what the normal conversion rate would be if there was a phone number there.
I'm not a smart man.
All right, cool. This is done. All right. Oh. Also need to figure out a way to A/B test the live stream titles as well. I think I gave it a decent time of testing the counter, so maybe we'll test something else this time. So if you guys see the live stream with a different title, I'm just testing stuff, okay? Oh yeah, one of the things I wanted to go over with you guys was the expectations of building live versus behind the scenes. There's a lot of things that we can't realistically show on YouTube, especially when it comes to like data and contact information for people. They'll immediately ban us off YouTube. That's why you see me do a lot of things off the stream sometimes. Let's see this one. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, since the salespeople for Kompozy are starting on April 3rd, do you recommend I start their onboarding one-on-one or all three of them at the same time? Oh yeah, I wanted to figure this out as well. Day 4. Okay. So day 4 and homework is self-recorded, 1 complete block, or use a peer. Solo reps have no one to drill against. You'd be playing prospects for 3 to 4 hours times 3 people. With 3, they pair off and you float the score. We'll have to see how we're gonna do this. Representing reading, knowledge checks, get in the sales, reason to deliver those 3 times. 0. Okay, run 1 group kickoff per morning, 1 hour, and let them work on the blocks. All right, since this is going to be primarily self-serve for the onboarding, with the exception of, day 4 and 5, what time do you think we should do this? Alex, go with Orca instead of VS Code extension. Way better UI, and you'll be using CLI of Cloud Code, which performs way better and faster. I mean, that's fine. It's all what people prefer to use. VS Code is free. I don't know anything about Orca. Never even heard of it. This is just another like AD IDE. Oh, okay, it's free. That's cool. Yeah, I don't really care about the UI too much. I care about functionality right here. And how would it perform better and faster than what's currently running? I don't know. Yeah, don't worry about number 1, but for number 2, go ahead and pull the run step log to figure out if we missed anything. Okay, so these ones it's not going to handle. Just mark them as red. Because you are using extension of Claude, not CLI version, which is most native and best working one. Maybe. I mean, I prefer to use this one over the terminal, and I have also stuff running in the cloud through like GitHub and stuff. And plus, I don't really have a problem with how slow things are, really. It's a matter of workflow. Like, if you're used to using something, every single day there's going to be something new coming out. But is it really beneficial to change my entire workflow just for something new that it just comes out? Now, if it dramatically increases my productivity, of course it's worth it. Change management, change workflow. This VS Code set it for like 6 months and switched over to terminal for like 2 months, and I feel that it outperforms. really much. Yeah, the problem was with the terminal, you have to like learn all the commands, like the / whatever project you're working on and whatever API and stuff like that. I'm not much of a coder or developer. I just don't want to learn that right now. But I'm sure it's worth a try if it's open source and free. 9 to 10 a.m. kickoff every day. That's the fact that it's way more clever. I mean, isn't it the same AI model? How is it clever? Or how is it better? It's the same AI model. Monday, not April. Said August. Finds them to operations Monday through Friday 9 to 5. What's up, Johnny? How you been? What are you up to, man? Well, I might check it out, Alex. It's just right now at the moment, that's not really my priority. But you're not a developer either. Well, that's good news for me. Ooh. Yeah, I just care about one thing and one thing only. Is what I'm doing actually productive and more efficient, and is it generating me money or no? Group pick off every day. Dog budget's exactly 1 hour for this. Day 2 and 3 open with a teach back, which is better than 3 people. Oh, I gotta review these every night. Dang. Yeah, so like day 4, I got a block from 9 to 2. Day 5, I got a block from 9 to 2. This is why I need to change the live stream timing. Survive mock is 45 minutes. One-on-one after lunch. Day 5, block 3 is listen, only shadowing of live calls. August 7th, no rep is on the phone yet, so the only live calls are yours. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Yeah, so I think we need to update something because number one, I don't have any live calls and or there's not going to be any shadowing whatsoever. So after they're finished day 5, they're going to be getting on the phones right away, and then we'll be doing call recording evaluations. Yeah, so the entire day 5 needs to be updated essentially. And then we need to prepare the emails. Here, let me add this to my thing. Prepare emails for onboarding. Next steps to sales reps. Confirmed from the chronicle work scheme, and the distinction is exactly the one that matters. So my ship's config, put the timeout on the cancellation, moving it to step and keeping the job as an outer backup. Follow log 20 minutes whenever Claude working. Same command, same button. Setup is going to install inside a Cloud Code action zone setup, stalling on the GitHub runner. It was mine. I put timeout 8 on the job and told you if always release. 8 moved into Claude step, Reaper 10 to 12. So are we good to go now? Okay, what's going on with this? Okay, so there's going to be a decrease of 36% by adding a phone number. Removed optional phone number, they increased 77%. And these guys, they only lost 1.7%. Why are we going by nonprofit? Like, HubSpot. 40,000 articles titled 3 form fields type that kill conversions. Is around 7%. 7% down to somewhere between 7 and 4. Not a forecast, that's the width of the evidence, but the number that actually decides this. You had 3 visitors to get last week, a 37 penalty. Okay, so instead of the lead magnets, what about adding a phone number to the sign up form? Go ahead and do your deep research on that using the skill. Yes, we took guys further state and gloss. Let me close one of them right now. Step has been running on every run since deploy, so I can confirm it's actually wired rather than assume it. Secret works. Yes, good to go. Current state. Just for if you want, I can check back in an hour and confirm. Yeah, go ahead and check back in an hour and make sure that everything's working. Dayforce homework is self-record one complete mock call. Accepting recording with real grade access. Block 3 becomes the on-ramp evaluation instead of dead shadowing hour. Swap 3, block 3. From listen only shadowing, record, score, and get scored. Set up a call recording. Block to discovery demo access. Pass bar they'll be graded on, and then score their own day 4 mock recordings as first live rep on the loop. 7 shadowing touch points and content. Go ahead and write it. Alright, so that should fix day 5. We still got to send the actual emails out to them to notify them of the next steps. Yeah, this will get our sales team pretty much up and running for onboarding, which is exactly why I was telling you guys we need to kind of reorder the live stream, push it back a bit, just for the first couple weeks to get them up and running. And then after they're up and running, I'll pretty much just hand them off to David since he's in charge of operations. So I can be back full time with you guys here. Okay, I pulled every 10 minutes and stay silent without healthy. It only speaks up if something. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So this is working perfectly. There's today. There's 7 opportunities. Pardon, may I ask if your sales team are pure agents or hiring employees? No, these are actual employees. Actual people. So sales right now, in my opinion, you can't really automate sales with AI. Now you might be able to do it with lead generation or lead setting, but not necessarily like the actual sales team. You still need a human touch. So whether you physically are doing demos or your sales team are doing demos. Now, granted, there's other ways like webinars and stuff like that that we're going to get into as well. We got about the things here planned. We're going to do recorded live webinars in a sense that'll go on weekly. That people that opt in to them, there'll be free webinars. Though I'll do it once or maybe twice to get it perfect, and then it'll be on repeat every week on like let's say a Saturday or something. But that's one way of replacing a sales team, but it's not the only one. Like we still need one-on-one touches. Oh yeah, what happened with this? Still working. Ooh. Untouched. Okay. So I need to compare this. So right now this says that it's getting what, 7 today. Let's just make sure that the analytics here is correct. So today it says it got 6. Why? What about yesterday? 19. Pretty sure we got a lot more than 19. We got 24. So something is not reading correct. At 28. Okay, so right now for the SMS Copilot inside the backend admin console of Kompozy, I'm taking a look at the analytics for the handed off hot leads as well as the objection leads that are pushed into the pipeline. So for example, yesterday it said it, pushed a total of 19 people into the pipeline, 18 as a hot lead, 1 as an objection lead. But I'm looking inside the CRM sales pipeline, it shows 28 opportunities. And then as well, if I look at today, it's showing that, 5 hot leads, 1 objection lead, so a total of 6, versus inside of the actual sales pipeline, it is showing 7. So again, a misread. I'm pretty sure if I go back the other days as well, I'm going to find something that's inaccurate as well. So go ahead and check this out and see what's going on and see what we can do to actually fix this. All right. Yeah, the last thing I want is inaccurate data. Because the reality is, if like right now it's telling us, what are we at, 13 or 14 leads per day, 13.7 handoffs per day on average. Well, just by looking at yesterday's results of whatever 19 handoffs, that of course increases us from 12 to 13 automatically, but if it was 28, that would probably increase it to like 15, or at least 14.5 or something handoffs on average, because this is all time. Also, go ahead and update the staffing side of things where it says handoffs per day and all that to also work based off the periods it's set to, whether it's today, yesterday, 7 days, 30 days, 90 days, all time. So we can analyze that. What's going on with this? Day 5 verified. Day 5 block 3 is now record, score, and get scored. Oh, okay. No, I do not plan on marketing on Reddit or advertising. It accepts recordings. Block 3 was the only place still pointing at shadowing. Hands off that dock instead of an hour. Two things with your call, neither of which I touched. Morshi's now carries 2 rubrics for the same call. Part 1, the manager graded certification grade 5. Part 3, the scores card, demo card, 6-axis. Bar language. What's that? No, we can leave that generic. But also do me a favor for the Mo Test sales rep account. Go ahead and open up all 5 days of the onboarding so I can actually read it through without having to actually finish each day individually. Yeah, my goal, guys, this week is to make sure that the sales team is ready to go. Whether that's enough leads for them, right? So whether that means increasing our marketing on certain avenues to making sure that the sales onboarding process is good to go. What is this? This is what's keeping me. Oops, I closed the browser I was using. Oh well. That was what, 3 o'clock? This is sending it out until what, 6 p.m. I wonder if we'll be able to get through all these. Why do I have 2 intervals? I don't need this anymore. I was just slowing it down. That should fix things. Other things. Okay, cool. So this is answering everything correctly the way we want. Alright. All 5 days are open on the Mo rep test, verified by running the real gate logic against live rows. Runtime done this, it only lifts the time lock. The sequence lock alone, your test account started, so every day's calendar on lock has already passed. The time lock wasn't stopping, the sequence lock was day 2's knowledge check was never passed. Day 5 is only left incomplete. Completing it would flip the enrollment to certified. Okay. So now I can actually read it. Did it commit all the changes? Alright, did you commit all the changes you did to day 5? And, you know, the entire sales onboarding? Go ahead and commit and push. Refiles changed. That lead replied Juto counts as opportunity on the date it was created since the drain resolved scale thread in batches. Handoff plan 0 to 12 days after the reply has existed. Now takes a basis parameter new push to pipeline card above the funnel reconcile. So today 7 handoff partial 1 reps. Oh, that's another thing we need to do. When the leads actually go through, they need to be split. Split automation for leads to sales reps equally when the time comes. Yeah, go ahead and commit now to master. We'll leave that and we'll check it out. If we need to modify it, we can modify it. Okay, so I should have access now to the entire... Alright, now we got everyone in here, not started. Looks like Victor started. US rep. Okay, cool. Go to the academy. It's all open. Your opener. Write your own 60-90 second opener for a warm inbound lead. Worksheet exercise A. Okay, block 2 discovery. Discovery is diagnose support prescription. Ask, then shut up and listen. These five. They're doing now. Who does what? Tools, stack, going solo. What changing would be worth? What happens in 6 months if nothing changes? Don't demo until you can finish. Real problem is costing them. If I show them, they'll come. Block 3 demo choreography. Don't tour the app. Run one clean path from their world to the AHA. So compose and spoken in seconds. Line the AHA. And narrate as their outcome, not the UI. The demo path. Objection. Pattern for every objection. Feel, acknowledge, reframe, ask for the pose again. Never argue, never fold, never hold. Handle, then go quiet. Know these called. Too expensive, think about it. Just use ChatGPT. It will sound like me, not technical. API, key, I'll hire a VA. Free recorded winning calls to the sect will live here for now study. Yeah, so this needs to be removed. Go ahead and remove this section from day 3 on block 4, the coming later. We don't need that right now. Homework tonight, memorize the discovery center. Tomorrow's live roleplay. Can't read off the page. Also, since I'm going to be assisting them with role-playing and acting as a potential client, I think you need to draft me up a resource to act like a certain avatar or ICP to give objections so that I'm ready for the roleplay session. You can just go ahead and put that under the Kompozy Sales Ops project, and I'll just read it from there. Okay. Yeah, notice how I'm actually doing my own homework on this, because like if I don't know the entire system, how do you expect me to actually be there for the sales team? Oh, this is good. Did it already move that section? That it did, but we'll double check. No, it's still there. You probably just gotta commit it. Alright, cool. Let's go back to the academy. That was day 3, roleplay intensive. I'm doing good, man. How about you? I said one of the week's pluses word knowing becomes doing tomorrow. You're certified. Appreciate that, Sam. Out today runs 1 hour kickoff, then 2 hours. Getting close to my first ever App Store submission. Congratulations, man. You go through already all of the beta testers to get them on the App Store? Or the, what are they called? Dev ops auditors or whatever. Roleplay, drills your manager and peers, your day forward, scorecard, reflection, you and your manager fill as you go. Manager sign off on your roleplay is required to complete the day. Yeah, I had some few people test it and perfecting the app. That's awesome. Yeah, what people don't realize when it comes to the mobile apps, I think it's like, was it 16 for Google you need, or 14? I'm mistaken probably on the number. You need to have that many people, but you can easily find services out there that'll provide that to you for like 20 bucks, 50 bucks. Or of course Fiverr and Upwork, you know, is available too. One, discovery drills, demo drills, objection gauntlet, retention doctrine. Okay, hold on. Back-to-back mock opens and discovery manager plays different buyer types, coach, agency, e-commerce brand. You run discovery until you can finish the bridge every time. No problem. Real score on. Did you ask? Did you get numbers? Did you find the pain before pitching? You uncover urgency. What am I building? Right now, at the moment, I am perfecting the sales academy for my new salespeople I'm hiring. They're starting on the 3rd of August, so I got to make sure I go through the sales academy first and make sure I understand so I can train them and get them working for us properly. Otherwise, there's not really a point If you just think you can hire salespeople and expect them just to work their magic, you're highly mistaken. Appreciate that, Sam. Okay. Do you ask, they listen? Do you get numbers? Freelancers, do you find the pain points? Demo, score. Demo drills. Run your demo path across 3 different buyer types. Every click tied to the pain from the discovery, land on the aha fast, their own face and a personal image is published everywhere. No feature tours, no promising a live avatar video. That needs their agent account. Is the demo tied to discovery? Do you reach the aha quickly? Do you narrate the buyer outcome, not the UI? Objection gauntlet. Close drills. Rapid fire objections. The manager throws all tool at you, acknowledge, reframe, and ask for the close again. Do you fold or agree? Okay, so this is what it's supposed to be building me right now. 75% of my weekly limit. That's okay. It refreshes tomorrow. Okay, this is literally in JSON. So is the roleplay buyer personas.md actually following the day 4 roleplay intensive block 1, 2, 3, 4, and ready to go for me to do the drills with them? Because it doesn't seem like it's really in order.
Everybody's getting rich tonight. At least that's what they say. Everybody's laughing way too loud, like nothing's gonna change. You had diamonds in your teeth while the room caught fire slow. I guess everybody
I actually like this.
under bright lights and false hope. You make a bad thing feel innocent. You make a fast crash feel like flying.
What are these? Yeah, so I'm taking a look at day 4's worksheet. Excuse me. The roleplay scorecard, like I don't have a way to score them on there. Like those checkboxes don't work. I can only add notes, or so. Not sure how I'm able to modify that. Is that something that we do on the the admin console for them once they submit the day 4 worksheet, or is that something that we do during the actual roleplay sessions and drills. And if so, then it needs to be, maybe like a drop down of 1 through 5 instead for each one. Oh, that's another thing we gotta fix. Where's my notes? Refunds, card expirations, churn, upcoming, needs to update the admin console, and sales dashboard. We can work on that later. Cool. Other than that, day 4, it's good to go. Did it actually finish what it was doing here? Both fixed? Okay, cool. All right, go ahead and create a PDF version of that in the Kompozy Sales Ops, not a .md. You can keep the .md for reference, but create a PDF version of that with our branding. And then I don't know if I like this annoying message to keep popping up. There's no way we'll max out before tomorrow. Okay, so these are all good. All right, so let's go to 5. Refresh. Okay, today you certify in a full mock call, learn the CRM discipline that protects your book, score your own certification, call and set your first 2-week goals, pass certification, and you're cleared for live leads tomorrow. Don't pass. And we re-drill. No uncertified rep touches a company-fed lead. 1 hour kickoff, then 3 to 4 hour certification mock, CRM training, call review. And setting your first eval card captured in day 5 worksheet. 2 manager sign-offs required. What do you mean? to manager require the certification. Okay, both. Certification mock and the eval card. How today runs: 1 hour kickoff, then 3 to 4 hours. To complete day 5, finish all 4 blocks. Submit day 5 worksheet. Pass the certification mock. Manager sign off. Set your first eval card. Manager sign off. Pass the day 5 knowledge check. More than 90% of the buyers hired today. Tick the checklist. Okay, certification mock call. "45 minutes live to get reference. A full mock against a certification rubric. Higher bar than day 4. Manager plays a real buyer scenario. You run the complete arc: open, discovery, demo, close, next steps, handling live objections, and asking for the close. No ones, and a 3+ on the ask and objection. Manager graded, manager signed off, no pass, no phone. Block 2, CRM and pipeline hygiene. Your CRM is a ledger of your book, the asset that pays you. Learn the stages: new, contacted, demo, closing, 1 activating, 1 active, nurture. The same day logging rule, the follow-up cadence, the honest forecasting. Remember, 1 isn't the finish line, 1 active is. Count that closed but never activated turns and claws back. Also learn how a close gets credited to you. You have a personal rep code and a set of close links. Under my links on your dashboard, send those on the call, never the public pricing page, and the sale books to you automatically. They unlock the moment your manager marks you active after certification. Enterprise as a conversation, not a link. If a deal ever lands unattributed, flag it to your manager, or it's fixed on our end. Log a practice lead all the way through every stage in the CRM with a dated next action on each step. Find your rep code and close links on your dashboard. Copy the one you'd send a pro buyer. Board score and get scored. There's nobody to shadow here and no warm-up week. You're on the phones Monday, so you learn from your own calls instead. Same card your manager scores you on every week, starting with the one you ran an hour ago. Check your recorder first. You set 1 up on day 1. So record 30 seconds, play it back. Make sure you can hear both sides of the call. A call you didn't record is a lesson you threw in the trash. Then log your first card, the certification mock and block 1. Open scorecards on your dashboard. Pick the demo card and score your own. Column 1 to 5 on all 6 actions before your manager shows you theirs. Put the columns side by side later or after, or you gave yourself a 4 and your manager gave you a 2 as a leak you'd otherwise repeat for a month. From Monday, the rhythm is every call recorded, 2 calls a week. Best call and your worst. The one tear down your manager, and your one-on-one, those scores feed block B of your biweekly eval cards, so they end up being your grade. Score their certification mock and scorecards. Log the gap with your manager, axis by axis, then write down the one axis you expect to be weakest in month 1. Operation system biweekly eval card, your manager provides it. You and your manager fill your first 14-day card together. Set your days 1 through 14 goals against the ramp benchmarks. You're aiming to be crossing 25 book by day 30 to cash the first doubling window. You commit to your numbers. Your manager commits to support, both sign. Own commitments for the next 2 weeks, specific and measurable. I will, not I'll try hard. No homework, you're certified. Phones go live tomorrow. Show up for the morning huddle, ready to dial. Welcome to the floor. And that's not bad. There's a worksheet right here. Same idea. These don't work. Manager scores 1. Was no 4. Okay. Why is 1 active, not 1 the real finish line? Okay, so they just need to explain it. Match the numbers, formats, buckets, live tiers, marketing. Major deals are actually won. Not like me. Okay, cool. So I kind of like this. Not sure what this. Okay, so wedding manager sign off. Um, yeah, if it built. Friends, where do you put it? Yeah, so you need to go ahead and fix the worksheets for that day as well as day 5 as well. It's the same issue. There's no way to score them. So go through them, screenshot them. I don't care what you got to do, fix them. And then also the PDF. I don't see the PDF inside of the Kompozy Sales Ops folder. And then when I tried opening it by clicking the link you gave me, it's unreadable. So that needs to be fixed as well. Yeah, what's going on with those? Okay, so this is fixed. We need to check it. What's going on with this? What's all this jazz? Can I just have the summary? So what's the summary of all this nonsense you just gave me? That's a lot of information. Give me a summary. Oh, that's another thing we gotta update. Now that we have this sales team, the sign-up flow needs to change. so we gotta work that. Done. Don't need to figure out the live stream schedule. YouTube long form schedule. Alright, let's go ahead and check this. This is what the Copilot analytics. Oh dang. Handoffs per day is updated. So wait. Total update. So today. Not bad. This is better. Nice. Okay, cool. That's what we wanted to see. Okay. Is this still working the way it should be? Refresh. Looks to be working perfect. There's a lead. Very cool. So what would be the solution if we wanted a salesperson to reach out to them if they don't complete checkout, if we don't have their phone number. Yo, what's up, AI Master? How you doing? How's your YouTube channel going? You're streaming. That's awesome. What's the amount of average views you're getting on your live stream? I developed a game on stream today. I wanted to know if you would like to play with me. Kind of game. Is it like a game we can do in the middle of working? Oh, party game. You know those little iPhone games where you play against, other people through message? That, they respond and continue playing even if it's like, I don't know, hours later or days later. That's what it needs to be for all of us live streamers. You know what I mean? One of those. Pretty people. I like this idea. Basically an AI detection game. You humans and 5 AI bots in a lobby, and you have to find out who the other human is by chatting. Yeah, appreciate that, AI Master. Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to figure something out. Sorry about that, guys. Appreciate the AI mastery. Yeah, go ahead and commit everything to GitHub Master and Vercel. Okay, so I need to review all this. What does the app do? It depends on the app. We have multiple apps. But we have Built AI. It's our main cold email and SMS CRM that we've owned for the last 3 years. We have Kompozy, which is our content system. Slide is the free app that we give you guys for attending the live stream. And then, of course, Tracker for our data. The marketing app, I mean, all of them are marketing apps. Everything has to do with marketing at the end of the day. Like this one does cold email and SMS for marketing. This one does content. This does cold DMs. This is just data to feed the cold email, cold SMS. But yeah, depends on what you're looking. If you're talking about Kompozy, this is just a way for us to have a social media presence, right? And I think right now we're creating 4,000 pieces of content a month right now using it. So the end goal for every single one of these is traffic to your website, leads to ultimately convert into sales, no matter what product or service you offer. Let's see here. Is it paid ads or just organic content? We're doing a mixture of, I'd say 5% paid ads, but the majority is organic or, you know, maybe colder outreaches like cold SMS and whatnot. So these are the current marketing channels that we're doing. Everything in green is pretty much automated at this point. Everything in yellow, we're working towards automation. And then everything in gray is, we're building. Hold on, guys. Yeah. But yeah, as I was saying, a lot of our traffic comes from SEO. A lot of our traffic comes from GEO. A lot of our traffic, well, it's not really doing that great. From cold SMS, cold email. And of course, we are running ads as well for this. It's not really performing that well, but the reason why we don't want to just focus on advertising only, paid ads, is because your cost per click and cost per traffic on your website would be way too high. And so like right now we get around 4,000 to 5,000 monthly visitors on our website. Google only brings us 300, of course. I need to actually review this later. Probably keep it open though. Everything's pushed. So $45 or is still there contradicting. Wait a second. Yeah, Starter Pro agency. Okay, so I like this idea. Trying to get them onto a calendar. So let me add this to my notes. So booking link after abandon cart / checkout to get on with a sales rep. Hey, so in order to find your API key, what you need to do is go to the settings, private integrations, create a key, set what specific scopes you want to allow the API key to use, and then you should be good to go. It'll give you an API key. Just make sure to save the API key before it disappears. Yeah. So that's actually a really good idea. Should also have probably a book a demo on the website as well. We should also add a book a demo section on the website as well. Okay. And so we need to check these worksheets and verify that they're actually good to go. So first is the sizing. Second, my earlier recommendation doesn't fit this. Third, the slot that works already exists. I already have their name, company, and each website, and email from the same scope. For 39, that's more than enough for a human to work. A salesperson doesn't need a phone field. You need a list and you have one. If instead of adding a field, put the phone. Someone bails, check out. People who don't. Okay, so we might add it to step 1, the phone field. We'll see. I think that's going to hinder our conversion, though. Okay. Let's double check the sales. Academy, day 3, worksheet. Good, good, good. Let's check the 4th day. Cool. Looks good. And then day 5. So question on the worksheets. Are those fields meant for the manager to score them or the actual sales rep? Because if it's the manager, then it shouldn't have the ability for the sales rep to modify them here. So I don't know, let me know. Log me out. All right, go ahead with the second one. That should be good enough. I mean, most sales teams don't have all this anyways. All right, guys, we've been live streaming now for over 3 hours now. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and drop it in the chat real quick, and I'll answer them. But I'm going to figure out what time we're going to be live streaming now, since now that we have the sales team. We got to get things in order from now. I'm probably thinking either A, we'll do it earlier, or B, we will push it later. That's more than one or two things. And then the second thing you'll notice is that the live stream titles will probably change. It might not be a day 46, vibe code marketing an app, and stuff like that. We're going to figure out what we're going to do. We're going to A/B split test some titles, A/B split test some thumbnails to see what we can do to create a better live stream environment for people. The entire style of the live stream might change. Like today, I tried doing some things that were different. I don't know if you guys liked it. It was better or worse. You guys need to let me know if you like the style of more explaining things and in depth and giving my personal opinion on things and stuff like that, or just you guys like to just see me work, right, and talk to myself. So I'll let you guys decide on that. You guys can, if you're watching this now or later, leave a comment, whatever. Or just drop it in the chat and I'll see it. But I haven't decided what time we'll be live streaming tomorrow for the new schedule, so we'll just talk more about that tomorrow then. I know most people are working during this time anyways, and they can't really attend the live stream, so maybe pushing it back is the solution for everyone. We shall see. But I know one thing, the salespeople are going to need my attention, at least for the first couple weeks, during the daytime anyways, because that's when clients are actually active. So we'll figure that out. But as usual, guys, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. We will see what we're going to do here, but we'll tune in tomorrow at sometime. So appreciate you guys as usual. Peace.